A historic locomotive returned to the rails after a 25-year restoration effort. A recent celebration of the nickel plate road 190 and the man who made it happen. WENY videographer Rob Piachu was invited to take a ride on the inaugural trip.
Today is a great day in railroad preservation.
On July 11th, 2025, a rare and historic locomotive, Nickel Plate Road 190, returned to life in the Northeast after a 47-year absence. Railroad preservationist Doyle McCormick from Portland, Oregon, was one of the locomotive's saviors. He spent over 20 years restoring the locomotive, helping also to restore a personal memory from his youth.
Well, it goes back a long ways. When I was a kid, and my dad was a railroader, and that's where I got the love of railroading, was from him. And he used to take me on some of his train rides, and one of them was in one of the passenger engines that the Nickel Plate had. It's the first diesel I ever rode on, was the Nickel Plate 190.
2 years ago, Doyle decided to find a new home for the locomotive. The Genesee Valley Transportation Company, with facilities in Scranton, Pennsylvania, where the locomotive once operated, became the logical new home. Shortly after the sale, the locomotive passed through the southern tier on its way to Scranton, Pennsylvania.
When it come time to find a new home for the PA, they wanted it here, and we got together, and this is where it is now.
For many train fans, it runs in the blood.
When you love trains, it gets instilled early. My father instilled it in me. I instilled it in my three boys, Charlie, Philip, and Teddy, all different degrees.
Nickel Plate Road 190 was built in 1948 by the American Locomotive Works for the Santa Fe Railway. It was later sold to the Delaware and Hudson Railroad. It was sold again for use in Mexico.
I talk to a lot of people outside of the railroad business, and I talk about this locomotive, and they ask me, how would I equate it if I'm not a railroader or a railroad buff? And I always say, imagine if you were an airplane buff and you had the opportunity to get the Spirit of St. Louis. That's the kind of magnitude that this locomotive represents to the railroad industry.
After an extensive effort, the locomotive was finally returned to the States in 2000, but in dire need of repairs. Luckily, Doyle was not only up for the challenge, but he also had the time and skills needed.
For me, today was a great day. After 25 years of blood, sweat, and tears, I got to see it run.
In Scranton, Pennsylvania, Rob Piachu, WENY News.